Hey there and welcome back to Building the Boys. Now I have issue 88 of Hachette's Build the Titanic, and in this one we will be finishing out our haul for this month. We have the top piece, but I know what you're going to see. What comes in the next one, Scott? Well, in November we will be receiving the aft section of the bridge deck with decking and screws, and it looks like that. So that's what you're going to be getting number 89. And I can tell you as well, from having seen on the website what comes next, that's pretty much what we're doing. So we're doing a lot of decking and bridge section on the next one. And then possibly going back to hull, don't know. But that's what we're going to be doing. There's no keel. Now, I've heard people ask about where's the keel, where's the keel? Well, there's not going to be keel, is there? Because we've got to attach the deck to this. So we're going to be going in from the bottom to do that. I then don't know how we get the keel in. I would imagine the keel's going to, I don't know. It's going to be interesting though, isn't it? Without further ado, let's get this one open. And let's get this one built. If you are sticking around here for our Titanic talk, we're talking about the Titanic's glory hole. Now, as I said in the last one, if you're hearing that and sniggering, the internet has ruined you. But if you'd like to know what the Titanic glory hole actually was, we'll find out at the end. But let's get this one open. Let's get this one built. Okay, so let's get this one open and get our last piece of hull for the month. I know this is one that interests everyone because it's got the portals. People are freaking out about portals at the moment. Ooh. Every single time. So that's every issue this month I've managed to knock the camera over. There's our screws. Now we've got a lot more screws to go in this one. So we've got 6. Still not loads, but there's 6 in this one as opposed to the, you know, the 2s and 3s and 4s in the other one. So there we go. That's what we have there. That's the rear. Here is the main section of it. You see all of these are drilled out, so the center model will light up. I'm not going to get into drilling out portals. I'm really not. So that's a whole can of worms I'm not opening. But let's get this one installed. Let's get this one screwed in. So that's this one put in. Now what we're going to do is going to put 6 Allen bolts in total into here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these screwed in and then I'm going to tighten them up after. I'm just going to get it to hold first because I want it to pull together nicely. So we have touched these in 3-in-1 oil just to get them to hold. There's one. Right, now I've got that one in. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to put one in here because I don't want this going in odd. So even though it says do these 2, then do these 4, I'm not. I'm doing 1, then I'm doing 1, then I'm doing 1, then I'm doing those because I want this to pull together correctly. I don't want anything bending and buckling, and you tend to get that. So I'm going to put one in just along here, there. Just to get a kind of nice even hold. So that's that one in. Yeah, the room to work here is quite snug, so be aware of that. I mean, I can just about to get the screwdriver in. I mean, any thinner, I might have issues. I mean, with no keel in, there is a bit of give, but be careful of that. I just want to be bending the thing. So that's that one in place. Then we've got 2 more to do. So we're going in here now. See, nice and simple. Now we've got the other ones in. This is straightened out, lovely. There we go. So that's that one held. Now we have 1 more to go in here. And 1 more to go in here. So I'm going to get those done and then we'll take a look. One done. I mean, it's it's actually ridiculously huge now. I mean, look at that. That is crazy. That is crazy. That is absolutely humongous. And we've still got so much more to go. But we're now getting an idea of just the scale of this, just how huge this is going to be, which is, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. If you are just sticking around for the build instructions, thank you for stopping by. If you're sticking around for our Titanic tale, we've gone all spooky and dark for Halloween. We're going to end on a lighter note. And we're going to be talking about glory holes. Oh, get your mind out the gutter. Again, if you're thinking, the internet has ruined you. So what was the glory hole? So if you get a book on Titanic and you start looking at kind of the rooms and whatnot, you will come across glory holes. So the glory hole was actually quite innocent. It was the steward's quarters, is what it was. So they had a bunkhouse basically, and it got known as the glory hole because a lot of stuff had been stored in there as well. It was where the stewards kind of lived, but at the same time, a lot of other stuff, odds and sods, would have been thrown in there. And glory actually comes from the G-L-A-U-R-Y, glory. A glory was a cupboard where you just kind of, an oubliette, we've all got one, that cupboard under the stairs, the drawer in the kitchen's full of random stuff would be your glory, is what it would be. And then through translation, it became glory hole. That's where it was place you through, things, that you needed taken care of. Now, next to glory hole, you had glory hole stewards, which again, their job was not what you might think it was if the internet has ruined you. So a glory hole steward's job was, he was the steward's steward. So stewards had a steward. And you've got to think in the pecking order. It's pretty low down on the manifesto of the ship if you are the steward. But that was his job. So his job was to maintain the glory hole and service it as it needed to be. So the glory hole was attached to what was commonly known as Scotland Road. So Scotland Road was a corridor that ran the entire length of the Titanic, pretty much the entire length of the Titanic. That was the servants' quarters. It's basically meant that the stewards could get very quickly from one section of the ship to another, because it was the only one that had this entire corridor that ran all the way through. There was nothing really hindering it. It does feature in some of the films, and also in Ghosts of the Abyss that James Cameron did. He found a very large section of Scotland Road and got quite far down into it with the cameras. Because it would theoretically, if you were able to get down there and examine Titanic, probably the easiest way to do it would be to find Scotland Road and just navigate along it and find exactly where everything is. But why was it called Scotland Road? Well, a lot of the crew were from Liverpool, and Scotland Road was a main thoroughfare. And it was named Scotland Road kind of tongue-in-cheek, because Scotland Road wasn't known as a nice area. It was just known as this very long stretch that it was used for. Now, that has got somewhat lost in translation over the years, and some people have tried to say that Scotland Road was actually called Scotland Row, and Scotland Row was an area in London that was frequented heavily with homosexual prostitution, which then links into the name Glory Hole. I've seen no real evidence of that, but it's not beyond belief that could have been where that came from. But lots of ships had glory holes and lots of ships had Scotland Roads. This wasn't exclusive to Titanic. It was just kind of glory hole was glory hole. Scotland Road was the nickname for that service corridor. And a lot of ships had a Scotland Road. So if you ever hear Scotland Road on Titanic, that's what it was. If you ever hear glory hole of the Titanic, that's what it was. Not what you thought it was, you dirty bugger. Get your mind out the gutter. But that is all for this one. We will be back very soon with tons more from the channel. I have got, in time for Halloween, I have got a ghost ship build that is coming up on the channel very soon. So you're about to tune in to see that one. It's just a one and done, so you will see, it's a single video, you're about to get to see the ghost ship being built. We have got loads coming up. So I've got Infinity Gauntlet, I've got Batmobile Tumbler, I've got Disney Doll's House, Buck Nooks, I've got steampunk sets. You name it, we got it. We got it all, and we will have our catch up as well. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. Again, please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps our channel massively, and we just love having you all along for the journey. If you want to contact us, you can contact us at buildingtheboys@outlook.com with any questions, hey, have you seen this? Or hey, did you know about this? We love news. So don't feel like you can't contact us. We will get back to you. I am ridiculously busy, so I'd like to say, always get back to you. I will get back to you. It just might take a few days, but life's been chaotic at the moment. Again, that's all from me. Thank you for stopping by. Take care. We'll be back very, very soon for more from Building the Boys, and I will see you then.